So, now it's time for Trouble Seeker to start his adventuring career. He's linked up with an old friend, Fang, who was an assault marine, and they're going to go fight some pirates. So, we need to get better equipment for what we're about to do. Now, he decides that he needs to improve his ability on the comms, so we'll go and we will buy an expert system, and we will install it, and we select comms. Now it's been installed and it's using none of the bandwidth of this particular computer. This computer only has 2 units of bandwidth. In order to have the comms program running, we have to reduce one of the other ones and increase comms so that it is now in fact running. And since we're going to go fight pirates, we should get something better than a stun pistol. So we'll go and we'll buy ourselves a submachine gun. And we go and we manage that, and let's put some ammunition in it. And we'll just buy the standard ammunition and load it. Now, currently the submachine gun is light blue. That indicates that you own it, but you're not carrying it. If we want to equip it, now we are carrying it. So it's available when we go and have to use it in combat. If we go to the mission itself, the GM says, okay, it's time to go to the place you're going. It's a spacecraft role. And Trouble Seeker, being the pilot for this job, is the one who's doing the piloting. Now, if it were a question of knowing which asteroids to avoid instead of just trying to avoid them all, we could use intelligence instead as the basic stat for the roll. And we roll it, and oh, we didn't do very well at all. Well, that's too bad. So, GM says, alright, it's time to call for an inbound vector. We are going to roll on the comms. Now, in this case, we have the skill, we have education about how to do this in general, and we have this expert system to help us try to do this right. If it was a more difficult problem, if the expert system wouldn't be of any help, but if we go back to it just being a regular thing, we see that it will add a +1, and we roll it, and we end up with an effect of 2. So the GM then says, alright, now you need to navigate to where you're going. We have a program for that. And now, Trouble Seeker doesn't have any skill in navigation, but he does have the expert system. The navigation, he would normally be at a -3. The computer removes that -3 so that when he rolls, he gets to where they need to go. And then the GM says, alright, you're trying to sneak up on them. It's time to try to be stealthy. Unfortunately, Trouble Seeker has no training whatsoever, and there's not really a computer that can help him. His dex is pretty good, but let's see how well he does. Oh, he does terribly. And this is why having a 0 level in any skill is very helpful. It avoids that -3. So, trying to sneak up on pirates didn't work so well. It's time to go to combat. So, we start in round 1. He's going to decide his initiative. Now, he doesn't have tactics. He could try to improve by thinking back on all the education he might have had in tactics, or he can simply ask his buddy Fang what's the best thing to do, and Fang will give him tactical advice, which counts for a 1. And we roll, and he ends up on a 9. So that's his initiative. And he's going to move, and he's going to try to use a skill. He's going to try and see where the bad guys are. And he has training in it, he has intelligence, but he can't see them. That's unfortunate. On the next round, they start shooting at him because they see him. So he decides, I really want to shoot more quickly. So we're going to hasten. That moves my initiative to an 11, but I take a -1 on any action I take during that round. I'm going to aim and attack. And I'm using a submachine gun now. With this attack screen, the red area is the number of bullets that would be used by each type of attack. The submachine gun does have an auto rating. We'll start with a burst, and we'll do the attack, and we're firing at long range, which is only about 50 yards. We took a turn to aim, but we're taking an action modifier of -1 because we tried to speed up what we were doing. And we roll, and we missed. So we apply that. We go to the next round. We're going to aim and attack again. Now, we don't have that initiative modifier anymore. We fire again in a burst, again at long range. They're coming closer, but haven't gotten to standard range yet. And we got a little bit luckier this time, actually hitting, and we do a total of 15 points. That's 11 points on the dice, 1 point for the effect of the attack, and the burst adds a +3. So, go to the next round, we aim, we attack again using the submachine gun. Now we can watch our ammo being depleted. The red area again is what will be used up in this attack if we choose single, burst, or full auto. The dark area is bullets we've already fired. So we're going to attack again, and we're still at long range, and we didn't hit that time. But we're still using up ammunition at a fair clip. And now they're at the standard range, which is about 25 yards away. So we're going to crouch and attack, and we go full auto just because. And so we're now at standard range. We roll, we missed that one, and you select each one, and we hit with that one, and so we're doing some damage, and then we attack with the last one, still at standard range, and again we hit with an effect of 0, so that's 12. Now, the effect of each of these attacks and the amount of damage done in each of these attacks is now recorded, so you can tell the GM what happened in each attack. There are some weapon systems that have more attacks than this, and it can be a little confusing, so that we keep track of this for you. You can see at a glance that we've used up a bunch of our ammunition, and we're almost out. So it's time to reload. And we go to reload, and now we had 10 credits left. We had pretty well spent our budget, so we're going to just buy some more and load it, and we can attack again. Now you'll notice that we no longer have any cash left, but we're at standard range. We're firing a burst, and we hit, and we do damage, and the GM says, well, one of them got lucky and hit you, so it's damage. Now we're wearing a vac suit which has an armor value of 8, but we're told, yeah, he did 11 points, so we have to choose. It always comes off of endurance first. So now we've been injured, but that's the end of the combat because Fang takes care of that enemy and comes over and says, hey, you look like you could use some help. So we go and we heal, and again you have to select which stat you're healing, and we apply it, and we are now fully healed, and the battle is over.